Everybody, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us once again, where today my very special guest is indeed a very special guest. This saint of a woman here has the dubious distinction of being my mother. Is that true, or am I making it up?
It is definitely true.
Right.
Yes.
Well, you wouldn't own up to it if it wasn't, would you?
I would not, no.
So obviously the reason for this brief discussion today is to talk a little bit about an aspect of your health and how that's been going with reference to your taking of various supplements and things. But before we get into that, now is a great opportunity for me to get you to confirm for all my viewers who already know this, because I've told them how great I am. But this is an opportunity for you to confirm for my viewers that throughout my life, I have indeed been a constant delight.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. I have no fingers or toes crossed when I say that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unmitigated delight.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm. And if you believe that whatsoever, I also have some waterfront property for you in Montana.
Yes.
Thank you, though, Mum. I do love you, and that was very, very nice of you to cover for me once again. Well done.
One of the joys of motherhood, Bart, is that you actually forget what happened yesterday, and every day is a new day when you have children. Excellent.
Very good. Very good. Anyway, well, you're very, very, very welcome. And there's been some interest around this because a lot of people, when I sort of suggested I would be talking to my dear mother, went like, oh, we've got to see this. Goodness, who is this woman and stuff? So there you go. Well, here she is. Kate, welcome. Welcome very much. Let's talk about the issues that you experienced health-wise in the last 5 years or so, with specific reference to the neck, the spinal column, and all of that. Yes. Tell us how that was, what was going on, what was developing in your octogenarian body, just about, aren't you? You're heading that way.
Yes, just about. It was, in fact, about 5 years ago that I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis in the spine and neck, also in my hands. So at that point, I think at that point, and if my memory serves me right, there really was only Stem Enhance was the only supplement that you had in your kit. And I started taking that. And I think at the time I reported to you that the other thing that I was diagnosed with, which was rheumatoid arthritis, which I'd had since I was about 30, in fact, that in fact was almost solved with the Stem Enhance. And the other thing, my mood, which I never thought was a problem, but I did notice a much better mood. So those were the two things that I noticed straight away. And then as time went on, probably, I guess, would it be a couple of years ago that you put into the mix the blue one, the Cyactive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I started taking that, and I did find that there was distinct improvement in my spine. I had difficulty walking and doing, quite a few things, household chores, gardening, that sort of thing. That actually did improve. Perhaps not perfect, but huge improvement. The one thing that did not move, literally, was my neck, which was rigid, painful, much of the time in a brace. I was taking 4-hourly paracetamol and codeine, and I was still in pain. I was in the sort of pain that I thought I can understand why people, it was severe pain, opt out. That was how bad it was. You feel like you actually cannot continue with that ongoing, relentless pain with no possibility of relief. I'm not a candidate for surgery. I wouldn't have surgery of my neck anyway, not at my age particularly. The doctor said, very seldom successful. So at that, well, it was actually Christmas of last year, January, in fact. It's January of this year, should I say. Yeah. That you visited, brought with you the new magic potion, the Collagen Active, and gave me some to try. So willing to absolutely throw anything at this because, desperate. I started taking it. After about 2 weeks, I thought, this is better. And I actually stopped a couple of the doses of the paracetamol I'd been taking with a certain amount of trepidation, because I got quite dependent on that, thinking that if I didn't have that, I'd be in strife. But I sort of was unwilling to believe it, because you daren't get your hopes up. After 3 weeks, absolutely, I thought, this is not in my mind, this is real. And I stopped taking the medication during the day, and I just took it at night, because in the past I hadn't been able to sleep if I didn't take it, and you know, ongoingly, that's not a good thing. After about 4 weeks, so big change at 2, better change at 3, 4 weeks, I thought, this is real. This is real. I had no pain. I'd not been taking any pills during the day. I'd not been taking any, then I stopped taking them at night. And yeah, that's sort of like, so that was in total from mid-January to mid-February, I was out of pain and movement. This is like, notice the movement, like a real one. I can look back, I can drive. I mean, I was driving, but not a lot, because I was actually a danger to shipping. I had to pick a route where I didn't have to hit any intersections where I may have to turn my neck and look. I was driving with lights, which makes for a circuitous trip. And pretty much confining myself to my local area that I knew well. So it wasn't really good. I shouldn't have been driving, but we all do things we shouldn't. And so there was lots of things. I couldn't use a vacuum cleaner before. Suddenly, actually, I'm a bit sad about that. I can actually use a vacuum cleaner now, which is that's actually not a benefit, but actually it is. I'm actually still excited by the fact I can vacuum. This will wear off, I know, but at this point, I'm excited about being able to use a vacuum cleaner. I mowed the lawns at our batch on the West Coast when we were over last time. I haven't mowed lawns for, 10 years, probably, because it just killed me. I mowed them and I thought I'll pay for this, but I didn't. So yeah, just stuff like that, just everyday stuff. It's still a novelty. It's still a novelty to be able to do stuff, to be able to bend down and look into a cupboard and things like that. Crazy stuff. Anyway, I'm prattling. You say something, Bart?
Not at all. It's incredibly, incredibly valuable as a testimonial to hear from real people who are experiencing real and life-changing improvements in their well-being, their health status in general, in many, many different ways associated with the consumption of our fine product range. And, for me, it's just a blessing and blessing covers it, really, that I'm able to help folks like yourself. I mean, obviously, one's mum is one's nearest and dearest, of course, apart from this chap, who's been with me since the beginning. You'll recognise this chap, won't you?
I do. I'm impressed that you still have him. It was given to you when you were born.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed. So Ted
That's a long time ago.
Yes. Ted's been with me since the beginning. And, who knows, he might stick with me a bit longer yet, even though it's yours truly that's responsible for him having one eye and stuff. But I'm told through a reliable source that his new eye and stuff is in the post. So he's going to have plastic surgery. And yes, anyway, so that's Ted's input. Thank you very much. Yes, it was your late sister that gave him to me at birth, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
So there you have it. No, but I think that really covers it off. I do want to thank you very much for your time this morning to just let us know about your experience with the Collagen Active product. So clearly that's a winner for you. It really has made a difference additionally on top of the Stem Enhance and the Sciactive.
Not to mention the plasma flow.
Of course. Not to mention that. Let's mention it. Yes. Plasma flow as well. Get it down here. Get it all down here. It's great stuff. Yeah. And no, so it has in fact actually been miraculous. And, friends and relatives around me are saying miraculous. The first thing they notice about me, they say, what's happened? What's happened? You're moving. I mean, for those, that think that I may have paid my mum off and she's, saying this because whatever. Number one, she's not that cheap. And number two, I can tell you that talking to mum has been like this. She would go, yes. Yeah. What was that? Because she could not turn her head. No. And even doing that was painful. Yeah. Although quite comical for us. To be fair. Of course, yes. You'd have to get your laugh somewhere, don't you? Yeah. All right. No, that covers it off. Thank you very much. So definitely a recommendation there from Kate on the Cerule Collagen Active as an adjunct to the Stem Enhance Ultra, the Plasma Flow. Don't forget the Plasma Flow and the Sciactive. Get involved. Get it down here. Start yesterday. Cool stuff. All right. Stick around, Ma. We'll have a chat after this, and I'll stop. I'll stop the recording now. I think we have what we need. Thank you very much.